Hi there, it's me, Stephen Thomas, with Reports on Housing, and we're coming to you with another housing debrief. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. This is the marketplace where, you know what, we're going into the holidays, and everybody's wondering what is going to happen to the housing market during the holidays. Is December the best time to purchase, or is it a good time to list your home? Well, let's get into it and talk about housing's December slowdown. And you have to understand that the housing market rolls between different seasons. The seasons don't match up quite the way the way that the actual seasons are. Spring is a little bit different. It starts around the middle of March and then ends right around when the kids are graduating from high school and college at the start of May. And then we get into our summer market. And summer is from about May until right about mid-August. And then we hit the fall market. And that's because the kids go back to school. It's kind of this, everybody goes back to work and they start hunkering down and work. And the kids are in school. That type of thing happens during the fall market. So it's actually from mid-August until we get to about mid-November. And then we have the winter market. But the winter market doesn't begin until the second week of January through the middle of March. But that leaves one missing season. So there's actually 5 seasons, 5 total seasons for the housing market. The 5th season is the holidays. There's a holiday market that lasts from about Thanksgiving, week before Thanksgiving, where we all get together. There seems to be some real distractions going on. Not a lot of people placing their homes on the market the week prior to Thanksgiving. So up to that point, it's the fall market, and then all of a sudden things change. It's Thanksgiving. It's the beginning of the total holiday season. And this is where we get together as families and we make a long weekend of it. And people go on vacations and the kids are off for a whole week. And everybody likes to just enjoy family, and some family lingers around that are out of town, and we tour them around in the car and show them all the different places. That's Thanksgiving, and that is really the beginning of the slowdown. And then we get into all the way until New Year's, we see this phenomenon of everything really, really coming to a screeching halt. So during the holiday market, what happens is supply actually plunges, and it really comes down quite a bit. So there's not as much supply, and there are fewer homes that are coming on the market, as well as December is home to very few homes coming on the market. And but we'll get into that momentarily. But let's talk about demand. So we have supply that plunges. We also have demand that plunges, and what happens is the overall market really slows down. There's just not a lot of activity that takes place at all during the holiday market. We don't have as many pending sales activity, but we don't have a lot of homes coming on the market. And this lasts all the way until after we celebrate the coming new year of 2025. For the first couple of weeks, we have the New Year's resolutions. Everybody focuses on those. And about the 3rd week of January is when people are done with their New Year's resolutions. Shoot, we can't really keep to one of our New Year's resolutions. Everybody's going to the gym. And then by the time we get to February, there's not as many people that go to the gym. So we see a definitive change, and that rolls into what we refer to as the winter market. And the winter market we'll get into in more detail. But first, I want to thank our sponsor. Our sponsor, once again, is Michael Grambaugh. And Michael has been a sponsor for quite some time now. So we appreciate his sponsorship with JMJ Financial. And you can reach Mike at 714-794-7668. That's 714-794-7668. And where he focuses is finding ways to purchase homes non-contingent on selling a current residence. It's because it's going to become increasingly important as rates come down. We'll be dealing with multiple offers, so he has solutions for that. He has solutions for a whole bunch of different things. They have a ton of different products for first-time home buyers all the way to jumbo loan financing, everything in between. But this is going to be very important that you work with somebody out there that knows what they're doing and has solutions for when there's going to be a lot of offers. And when there's a lot of offers and you want to be able to purchase something non-contingent and then place your home on the market, he has definite solutions for that. So he's able to consult with the clients to find the best means possible to write competitive offers, and that's going to be super important as rates come down. So there's temporary solutions for long-term goals, and there are bridge loans, there's buy before you sell, there's cross-collateral loans, and there's non-QM loans. So he will get into his treasure chest and help out the clients as best as he is able, and match them up with the program that best suits their needs. So Michael Grambaugh with JMJ Financial, you can contact him at 714-794-7668. That's 714-794-7668. So now back to the program and the winter market. So the winter market is a bit different. So we're in the holiday market right now, and the winter market's not what everybody thinks. It's not this cold, freezing market. Instead, it's quite the opposite. It's because supply does not change much during the winter market. What ends up happening is that this is not the most apropos time for homeowners to come on the market. They don't really want to come on the market until the spring. But once those New Year's resolutions are done, and all those buyers that are done with all their holidays, they want to get back into looking for a home, and all of a sudden there are way fewer homes available because of the listing inventory plunging at the end of the year until we get to December 31st. And so what happens is supply doesn't change much, but demand surges. So if you have supply not changing and demand surging, what happens is the overall marketplace really speeds up. It gets really hot. And that's why when you hear the real estate public start to say, or right around Thanksgiving, or not Thanksgiving, right around the Super Bowl as well as Valentine's Day, I wanted to change it because people said Super Bowl all the time, but it's right around mid-February is where we really see it is a really good time to come onto the market. And that's where there is just the market is really humming along, and people go, no, it's not, it's the middle of winter, but it really is a speedy market, and that's because demand is surging and the supply is not changing much at all during that time period. So, but let's get back to the holidays, which is exactly where we are today. And what's going to happen is during the holidays, started right around Thanksgiving, and we're seeing it in the numbers. There are a number of homeowners that throw in the towel, and they have languished on the market. They did not have success, but now it's the holidays. They want to enjoy the holidays, so they throw in the towel. So that brings the inventory levels down. So there's a lot of expired, canceled homes that are out there, and they pull those signs down, and they just want to go enjoy the holidays. Then we also, December is home to the fewest number of new for sale signs. There aren't that many new for sale signs being put into the earth during the month of December. December is the slowest month in terms of the number of homes coming on the market. The second slowest month is November. So this is just a patch where there's not that many homes coming on the market, and there's a number of homeowners, sellers that have been unsuccessful, and they're throwing in the towel. This makes the inventories really come down. It's just a time for everybody to sit back and enjoy the holidays. And it's not just potential sellers and current sellers that pull their homes off the market and bringing those inventory down because they want to enjoy the holidays. It's also buyers. There's a lot of buyer activity that slows down. They just want to go enjoy the holidays. And I know that there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to say, hey, you know what? This is a really good time to purchase. I've heard both. It's a good time to list your home. It's a good time to buy a home. But really, the meat of the market does not begin until after the new year, and it starts to rev its engines. If you're a buyer looking, this is actually a good time because there are more homes, but as the month progresses, there will be fewer and fewer opportunities, fewer new for sale signs, and a whole bunch of people pulling their homes off the market. So it's really spring when everything really gets going. And I've done the math so that if you don't believe me if this is a good time or a bad time, it's just not the rock solid best time for the housing market. Things really slow down. There are a number of closed sales that happened during the month of December, but those were placed into pending status back in October and November. December is home to a lot of closed sales, but as far as new pending sales activity, it drills down to its lowest levels of the year during the month of December, the fewest number of homes coming in the market during the month of December. So you get the overall feeling, and you can see it in the numbers. This is the United States total inventory. And here we are looking at the United States total inventory all the way. This is courtesy of National Association of Realtors, going all the way back to 1982 when the population was a lot less. And you can see that on the right-hand side, we just don't have a lot of homes on the market. I'm going to blow this up a little bit so that it makes it a little bit closer. And you're going to see this only goes back to 2004. And you can see where there was a lot of homes back in 2000. It was 2006, 7, and 8 got up to 4 million homes, and where we're at right now is like 1,370,000 on the right-hand side. So there's not a lot of homes that are currently on the market, first of all. And secondly, each one of these Himalayas, you could see them. There's a Himalaya, the Himalaya is a year. So what happens is there's a whole bunch of homes that come on the market, and then it hits its peak and then it comes down. Normally, markets peak right around September for the nation, and for a lot of other markets, all the way from July through July and August, and can even happen in September like the rest of the country. But I'm in SoCal, and most everything peaks between July and August. But you could see that each one of these Himalayas is a year, and you can see on the right-hand side, that's where we're at right now. And what I'm pointing to right here is the holiday market of 2023. And what happens is the inventory is really plunged. And it was a late plunge. It didn't come down a whole heck of a lot because the peak didn't happen until later in the year. Kind of like this year, same thing. There's a late peak, so inventories will come down. It's just not going to come down as much as some prior years, but it's already a pretty low bar as far as where the inventory is across the United States. And this is pending sales activity. And this similar story, each one of these is a year, and you get a lot of activity during the springtime, and then it comes down at the end of the year. And this is just no different. I'm pointing to various years. This right here is 2021, probably one of the most robust years since 2005, if you go backwards and you add up all that pending sales activity. And I'm pointing here right now to the holiday market of 2023. Similarly, on the right-hand side is 2024. It is about to do the same thing. Pending sales activity is coming down. Now, year over year, pending sales activity is slightly up over last year. But it's only slightly. It's a low bar because you could see where these two, 2023 and 2024, are hanging out is pretty low compared to where we've been over the last many years. So these are very, very low numbers. And but 2024, where it's going to go for the rest of the year, it's going to plunge down, just like the inventory is going to plunge down for the rest of the year. And then you've got. So if you look at supply and demand, both of those are plunging down, and for good reason. It's the holidays. Let's see what happens to the overall total supply, what months of supply. You can see the months of supply actually starts to come down. This is pointing to a most recent report was for October, and November will be released next. And then, so there's a little bit of lag to this, but you can see that what happens at the very end of the year is the market actually speeds up slightly. And the only reason why that's happening is because demand isn't coming down as fast as the inventory comes down, and as a result, it gets a little bit hotter. And it's not like this in all markets, but I want everybody to understand that overall, it doesn't mean that, oh my gosh, it's December, it's really slowing down. We're going to take advantage of the sellers that have been languishing on the market. A lot of these sellers don't really have to sell, and they're throwing in the towel and pulling their homes off the market, and they'll wait till another time, maybe when they readjust their price to a more competitive price. There's a reason they're not selling, and that's because it's probably overpriced. So go to this is my report for the last housing debrief of the year. So there won't be any more housing debriefs for the rest of the year. We will have a forecast. I'll get into that in a minute. But if you'd like to be a subscriber or want more information about what we do, you can go to reportsonhousing.com. If you like this channel, please subscribe. We'll be doing our season 6 of the housing debrief starting at the end of January. And this is where you go to subscribe and find more information. I do want everybody to know a week from, actually it'll be next Thursday, this coming up Thursday, it'll be December 12th at 2 p.m. We're going to have a live 2025 housing forecast talking about what we expect for the overall housing market. And so that'll be live on YouTube. Our channel is Reports on Housing. So come here at 2 o'clock on Thursday, the 12th, and we'll be unpacking what we expect for 2025. The most recent report is "'Tis the Season." And if you go to Reports on Housing in all the markets that we serve, which is all of SoCal, the Bay Area, Phoenix, and Vegas, and you can go there, you can subscribe to one of our reports and utilize the coupon code HOLIDAYS for a free month. So thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you tuning into these housing debriefs. This is the last housing debrief. We will do the forecast next week, and then we will wrap it up unless there's something major to talk about. We don't anticipate that for the rest of the year, so you can enjoy your holidays knowing that we will be watching every change in the housing market and bringing it to you. And the reports will be, of course, coming out every other week like they always do. So thank you so much for joining in, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend as well as a fantastic holiday season. But we'll see you next week for the 2025 forecast.